All
Here
right,
we go.
getting ready for the intro.
Illustration, isolation, illustration, isolation.
All right.
All right. Am I sharing, Timmy? Because it says I'm sharing. I don't see anything.
It says you're
else.
sharing, but
Yeah, that's why.
somebody said, "Oh no, I missed the most of the theme song." It's okay.
Let's
You
try
gotta be
again
here
real
early,
quick.
Peter. Let's see.
Oh,
What's going on, John?
it's not letting me. It's I keep sharing and pressing it, and it's not going there. Give me a second.
Well, we were just talking about jazz, and I
That's
think
right. Continue.
I think that this is the perfect opportunity for us to embrace that.
We're improvising.
Yeah, let's treat it like jazz.
Have you considered jiggling the handle, John?
I'm working on it.
What I would recommend is we just make this an audio experience from here, opposed to a Zoom clinic, a tech clinic. Yeah, this is great. John, are you gonna be able to? Let's just walk through what we're gonna be talking about. I think we should be able to. These are all imaginative.
Can you guys just describe what you're going to draw tonight?
These are imaginative people. So, well, everybody here, I'll take it from here if you want. Thanks for joining us.
Give me a second. Try it again.
We could do charades.
We do have some great references.
There you go.
Boy, that was a battle.
I have full confidence, John.
I don't want to know what was really happening.
Well, it wasn't letting me share it.
Yeah.
Well, everybody, hey, how are you? I'm John. Welcome to Illustration Isolation. And we had to do that. This have a little, stumble at the beginning to make Ray feel better because Ray's back, and
I appreciate it.
And we do that to make you feel good at Lightbrush. So Ray, Cassandra Loomis, Bill Koeb, myself, Timmy, Alice. I don't know if there's anybody else that's come into the room, but tonight we are drawing. We're using reference from Travis Carroll. Timmy is a friend and acquaintance of Travis, and they've allowed us to raid their website for reference. Here are the 4 references we're drawing tonight. Hopefully we have some new people in here tonight. What we do is we do 4 20-minute poses. In between each pose, we like you to post to Instagram at #illustration_isolation. And this, I know I've seen this woman before, Timmy.
Really?
Yeah, from Betty at Jess and Jim's.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Wow.
absolutely. And,
Yeah, Travis is an amazing photographer. Really excited to have him. I can't believe we haven't already used his photography. And he's going to be, he told me he's going to jump in probably maybe 15 or 30 after. He's, many people have described him as a human energy drink. So brace yourselves. I don't know that we'll be able to censor him. So I'm going to apologize in advance. If you have kids in the room, just plan on it.
Earmuffs, Felicity, earmuffs.
This seems like a common theme with your quote unquote friends. To me.
Yeah. Sorry.
So it's time to draw. You can grab the reference from the website or from your the link that we sent you today, and please, Timmy, do you want to tell them how to properly credit Travis?
Yeah, so use a #illustration_isolation at Visual Arts Passage and Travis's handle, which if you go to the link there, and Alice just shared it in the chat, that's how you'll participate. Alice Collins is joining us tonight. She's a an incredibly important part of the visual arts passive team. She's going to start refereeing these events more often. But I'm hanging out because Travis is joining later, so I wanted to say hey to him. But yeah, please draw along with us. That's a big part of this whole thing. And don't forget to share your work as the night goes on. Don't wait until the last minute, because at the end of the night, we're going to look at everybody's work on Instagram. And that's our favorite part of it. So be sure you share your work. I'll just start. I'm just curious. Let us know where you're joining from and if it's your first time drawing with us.
Okay.
And
Fantastic.
be sure to select panelists and attendees when you chat with us, because we want to see where you're tuning in from.
All right. Well, I think we're ready to get going. First pose. If you're ever at a loss for what to draw or what your reference is, I'm going to switch cameras here, and you'll be able to see that I always draw from reference, and that's the reference that we're drawing from.
Ton of first time drawers with us tonight.
Really?
Nice.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Exciting.
Not first time drawers, first time joiners. Yeah.
First time isolationist.
I was thinking that word, but then it sounded a little creepy for some reason.
Well,
Yeah,
you're
I
you
said
know
it
what?
once.
For the record, Cassandra said isolationist. Let that be the record.
I said it one time and I immediately was like, oh, well, this recording's going in the vault. It's like, that is not the nickname for our viewers. Yeah. No, big mistake. Yeah.
It's funny. I just noticed this when I was, starting to warm up, starting to draw this guy, and just thinking, drawing people with hats. You got to really think about what you're doing. The hat's got to really feel like it's on the head. This is a double whammy: hat and glasses.
Yeah. Welcome back, Ray. Right?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
geez.
Nothing like the deep end to warm you up.
Oh my goodness. Telling me.
Who like sent you the credentials back to join again, right?
I had to a couple of website searches, Reddit posts, and a few Bitcoin here and there, and boom, here I am.
Chris Payne got you in here.
Yeah.
He accepted some crypto.
Yeah. I posed as one of his blockchain buddies, and so
That's amazing.
He's like, all right, you can have my my panelist link, sure. Oh man. Well, it's good to be back. I definitely am. I'm out of practice from like working 20 minutes. I could tell you that. Oh, I kind of am, and I kind of not, because I didn't realize how condensed your time and your world is. When it comes to working on your stuff, when you become a parent, it's like, oh my God, I can't believe I have 3 hours. It's like I could do anything.
Yeah, you learn to get stuff done quickly as a parent.
Yeah. So this is my first indulgence. So.
Well, thank you for spending your time here then.
Yeah.
Because I know it's valuable.
It was either that or play Rocket League, John. So, and my Rocket League team doesn't meet until a little after illustration isolation would end. So.
What?
No,
what
I'm joking. No. I don't know. Timmy's not here to laugh at that. No, I was just saying it's.
No, I just chose not to laugh.
Oh, okay.
I was more wondering what Rocket League was. I don't
my
know.
goodness. Aren't we on Twitch? Are we on Twitch anymore?
No, we're not on Twitch.
Okay.
We really upset our one viewer on Twitch.
Well, that would have gotten them back.
They protested it. They started they stopped listening.
They started a subreddit to get you removed. Yeah.
right
Yeah,
now we
yeah.
have, the lengths we go to live stream this to YouTube for our 7 viewers.
Multiple proxies and mirror links. Yeah.
There's nothing like it.
Yeah. Oh man, that's great. So Timmy, how you been, man?
Doing great.
Yeah.
Busy, very busy. We're in Zoom quite a bit these days. I'm not as busy as John, but with the Zooming, John could be like a science experiment 10 years from now about like what happens when you spend so many hours in Zoom.
Yeah.
It'll be like radiation exposure, but just Zoom exposure over time.
Seriously, that's my retirement plan now. I'm thinking I'm going to have value to somebody from all these Zoom hours.
So your retirement plan is to sell your body to science?
In 10 years, there's going to be TV ads that are like, during 2020, did you spend 70 hours a week in a Zoom room? Call 1-800.
Yes. you know, I actually feel
entitled.
Oh man. You know, I actually feel like I haven't lost touch with Bill Koeb because I always see his work on either Facebook or Instagram.
Yeah.
Just popping.
No,
Bill, you're like a power poster, man. It's incredible. I don't know how your hand hasn't fallen off.
Bill's muted.
Oh, Bill, we
okay,
can't
he's a
hear
man of
you.
very few. He can't hear me. Okay.
Yeah, I can see he's
I
talking.
think either that or you completely insulted him.
I know.
Bill's the.
So here's the thing. So
Bill's back.
That's his
coming
dad.
in hot.
Not a good sign.
I've been making comments and nobody's been responding, and I'm like,
yeah.
okay, man, what's going on?
I just noticed that your mouth was moving, but then I was like, oh, I'm not hearing anything.
I was like, why isn't it like they're just ignoring me tonight?
Yeah. No. So
Yeah.
So back to the real conversation.
Yeah. Back to my return.
No, we've been really busy. We actually just this week launched. So if for those of you who aren't familiar, we run Visual Arts Passage runs a platform called Studio Bridge. That's a subscription platform. It's more drawing events like this, artist spotlights, which Ray, as you know, feature artists like Raymond Bonilla, Audrey Ben Jamison, Thomas Blackshear. It's just kind of a weekly ongoing thing that keeps me and John busy. But just this past week, we launched one-on-one critiques. So you can submit your work, and within 48 hours, somebody sends you a paint over.
Oh wow!
Or a critique with an in-depth explanation of what could help elevate the work.
Wow!
It's really cool. So some of our Studio Bridge power users have been putting it to work, which is fun.
Hey Timmy, can you share where Ray can post his, so we can get his review tomorrow?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I'll send you that link. Cool. Somebody just Allison Davis. Thanks. Glad you did a review. Glad it was helpful.
Awesome.
Yeah.
I need all the help I can get.
Me too.
But yeah, Studio Bridge. So I've been like going through some of the back. The great thing about the episodes are on demand too, if I'm correct, right?
Yeah.
So you've just been like watching your
Yeah.
Just watch Ray's over and over.
I'm basically just watching myself.
making your kid watch it.
Timmy called me about a month ago and he says, John, I don't think Ray knows that we track. We can see who watched the videos. We watched this video like 45 times.
Yeah, we have.
I don't get it.
The Raymond Bonilla video has 1,000 views, but most of it's from one IP.
One unique visitor. Yeah. I'm really proud of my mic presence. So, it helps me sleep,
You just put it on as you go to sleep. It's like your white noise.
Yeah.
Yeah, nothing puts me to sleep like Raymond's.
Unfortunately, everybody else uses it for the same.
I was an insomniac until.
Yeah. Actually, that's actually a really good reason you should download Studio Bridge if you want to learn more about art, or you could listen to Ray's.
If you have a sleeping condition, you suffer from insomnia. My episode is up.
You could start tagging it as ASMR. That
Oh,
always helps.
yeah.
I was
You
gonna
see?
say that. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I think that sounds good. Oh my goodness. Hashtag sleep squad.
Instead of jazz, you could just be playing the video.
Dada.
Ray,
No.
Ray, I don't want to dig too much into your personal life.
Yeah.
Is that okay? Is that?
Yeah. I mean, I talked about it on Jason Seiler's podcast.
So we're just recycling material.
Yeah. But so my wife did tell me that. So I got off the phone with her. Just got off the phone with her before I went on, and she said, "Have fun on your first day being an art dad." And I was like, "Oh my God, it is my first day."
Oh wow.
Yeah.
This is a big episode.
There we go.
It's an induction episode.
Do you have any favorite lawnmowers you want to talk about?
I know. No, you see, I do have a Uline catalog for 2021 and beyond, because I'm shopping for cardboard boxes. Does that count, or is that more power tools or something?
No, that's.
How many have you been at Lowe's recently?
Right. Oh, you see? Yeah. No.
Yeah, do you ever just?
It's all about the right boxes. I stress out about that.
Ray, do you ever just come to and you're in a Home Depot?
With my kid in my arm.
Yeah.
How did we get here? I told you to warn me when I started age reading. Oh goodness me. Yeah. I wouldn't put it past me, considering like the average amount of sleep that I was getting. So, but
We got our first question. I just want to pop on really quickly. Someone asked, where are we supposed to post pictures? So every 20 minutes when we're done with a pose, post them on Instagram using the hashtag illustration isolation, and we'll look at them at the end of the night.
Thank you, Alice.
Man, Alice, that was super professional. Wow.
Wow. We need to just make that a recording.
Yeah.
Ray, you've never complimented my professionalism
at
all.
You have to have
usually it's like, whoa, I just missed like an hour's worth of questions here.
Yeah.
And then it was then Chris and I, well, mostly Chris had to bail you out tech-wise,
Yeah.
No, but Alice did like apologize for interrupting. She did the whole thing, and then boom, she was out.
Yeah, I generally don't apologize.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Are you suggesting there was like a really human touch to that?
Ray, I used to work at Nordstrom, and I had to make the announcements for the store every once in a while.
Oh.
And I got lots of compliments on my store announcement voice. So this is the perfect role for me.
Yeah. It's like you have good soundscape. You know what I mean? Like it's like it feels like it's coming from above. That's what I was about to say. Like it feels like your voice is coming from above. So it's kind of
impossible for me to not take this as a everything you're saying. It feels as though it's implying that I don't have it.
It's not a competition to me. It's okay.
It never was. You guys are not even in the same league. That's what Alice is saying.
Competition.
There is no competition.
Oh, hey, well, you haven't lost any of your insult skills,
right? I was just preparing it. I was just being prepared to get just assaulted out of nowhere. So I just had to be ready. But
Strike first.
Yeah.
Like a little bit of mirror time, like right before
Yeah.
you came in, insulting yourself.
Yeah, you're right, right.
And insulting his daughter.
No, yeah, no. If anything, she would.
Someone just said if it was a competition, you would lose, which is, I think, a bit heavy-handed.
Or
Or over the top.
Yeah,
Wow.
well, yeah. Like,
mean, like-
okay, wow. I don't know you.
That's almost like I put you on, but I muted you.
Yeah,
Right.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Oh. Hmm.
yeah. There have been times where people are like muted and they're talking for a while and they don't know they're muted and they're like, yeah, I got muted. I have no idea how that happened. And it's like, it was me. It usually means you were being loud.
Oh.
That person who always seems to have like a garbage truck outside their window backing up for like 3 hours, you know. Beep, beep.
Yeah.
You know. I was on a Zoom call like that where we were doing some I was on a panel and there were, you know, crazy sounds from people who, you know, who had very busy parts of the street. And I was like, oh my goodness. So that's what it's like. I forgot what it was like to live like in Brooklyn.
Oh.
Oh,
You know, that sort of thing.
I haven't seen this, but a good friend of mine was just telling me about a Zoom call. I think it was like a city council meeting. I'm butchering it, but essentially this person was supposed to be talking about driver safety during the Zoom call, and they just did the like fake background, but they were in their car.
Oh, they were in their car. Yeah.
Oh my! The amount of confidence it would take, the confidence and ego to believe you could get away with that, is just astounding.
Yeah, but doesn't that, now you hear that story, tell me a small part of you doesn't want to be like,
Oh, no.
I could have pulled that off.
No, John would testify to this. If I'm in a Zoom call and I mute myself and I turn off my camera and I leave the room, I still whisper.
Yeah.
That's my level of paranoia.
Oh man.
Yeah, you just never know.
You
Agreed.
just never know. Yeah, 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 yeah.
Yeah.
Are we up around how much time we have? I can't see the
We have to be coming in
Yeah,
close.
we got a couple minutes.
I mean, do we have Timmy minutes anymore? No,
we have
were
about
going straight.
2 more minutes
my
according to the
gosh.
Alice timer.
There
Yeah,
we go.
Alice minutes are
Coming from on high. Alice with the update. Thanks, Alice.
Press 5 to continue.
Yeah. Yeah. Alice is everybody's gonna be out of here at 8 o'clock.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Flicking the lights on and off.
What's everybody working with tonight? Cassandra?
I am acrylic on cardboard.
Awesome.
Oh, that looks great.
It feels rough, but thanks.
Bill, what are you up to?
Well, for this first one, it's just pastel, and then after this, I'm going to be working with some oil on primed paper.
Yeah, I'm working with just good old Photoshop.
Nice.
If someone's got to be the cheater artist in this room, it'll be me. I'm okay with that.
Yeah, if you're drawing along with it, John, I'd love to know what you're working with.
I am working with new pastel on mid-tone paper.
If you're joining us in the audience, use the chat, send it to panelists and attendees. Tell us what you're working with. Everybody's too busy drawing.
Yeah, I see gouache, digital. Let's see. That's good. Digital art with Procreate. Nice. Pencil. Before we started recording, Bill came in with and basically primed and looked like he was like skimming like a new plaster wall. It was wild what all the prepping is doing.
Yeah, I was priming some paper and
Yeah.
I have this old thing of Liquitex. It's like a kind of a light yellow green, and it's great for painting oils on top of. And so I've just started using it.
Is it like acrylics?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's just like one of their. I don't know what color. It's lost. I've lost the label, but it's,
Yeah.
I only know it's Liquitex because of the shape of the bottle.
Right. Okay. I thought you were about to say Liquitex oils, because I know they used to make oil paints.
Oh, they did?
Yeah, back in the day. I have a book, The Illustrator's Bible by Rob Howard, and it's like, and he says in the book, he's like, yeah, one of my favorite oil paints are Liquitex oil paints, and I was like, well, what?
That kind of blows my mind.
Well, aren't Liquitex and Winsor & Newton owned by the same company?
Oh, I don't know.
I
Oh,
don't know either.
is it Collard? Is it that owns
one
it?
of those. There's like a couple of them.
That's a good question. I don't know.
I think it's Collard.
Yeah.
The Alice minutes have ended. If we want to start moving on to our next pose, we are going to photo reference number 2.
Oh my God. I totally drew right on my background layer. Oh man. I'm rusty today.
That's what tonight's all about. It's all about practice, Ray.
Thank you, Alice. See?
Did you just say "see" like to me?
It was to
Every
you.
time Alice gets a compliment, Timmy's ears burn.
Yeah.
It's like,
I'm just
You
trying
can
to
tell
see.
how good of friends me and Timmy are, how competitive we are.
Yeah. It's ruthless.
Yeah, Alice was supposed to run this whole show tonight, and now I'm just like, no, I'm gonna stick around.
I kind
See
of feel
Ray.
like
I
I'm
haven't
getting
seen Ray in a
graded.
while.
Stick around and defend myself.
It'd be really nice to see Ray. I haven't seen him in a while. It's awesome.
And now you've like started this epic competition between Timmy and Alice. More on
Alan.
Timmy's side, I think, at this point.
Right.
Yeah, I'm not worried. It's okay.
Wow.
You've got Nordstrom voice.
I have the phone voice, trained
Yeah.
many years for this.
Timmy, it's like if Joe Montana brought in Steve Young, right, and then complained when Steve Young took his job.
oh, that was
You're doing an excellent job. Just like I think 20 people just logged off.
Good night, YouTube. Good night, Twitch.
Wow.
Uh,
Yeah. The crux of this thing, Ray, is to have a relatable podcast.
What was it? The Steve Martin line, to have a point?
Right.
Yeah.
I just never. I've always, like, every so often you run across a podcast episode and you're like, "Whoa, this might end it," and you never thought that you would be that person. You know what I mean?
Relatability.
Yeah.
I was just on the topic of relatability. I just listened or watched the Comedians in Cars Getting Coffee with Jamie Foxx.
Oh yeah.
Did you watch that? And
Yes,
he talks about when his stand-up got stale, and it's because he was like going up and being like, "You ever get frustrated with your 2018 Range Rover? Don't you hate it when your Range Rover breaks down?"
So I have a question for you about that episode. That cafe they sat in, I am 99.9% sure that whole thing was staged and everybody there was an extra.
Just in that
That's a
episode.
fun theory.
Yeah.
Just in that episode, you think that was because I think that they do very little prep work for the scale of that show.
It's everything. All these other episodes strike me as that, like they'll just roll up to a place on Long Island or something like that. But this place felt different. Like everybody felt like it was somewhat staged. Like there was a person that, you know, and nobody was walking around. Like it was like perfect. It was very perfect. And that, I wonder if it was like the whole, like kind of like a Michael Jackson shopping experience sort of thing. You know, you ever seen that thing? Yeah. Yeah.
They've messed up a few times. The episode he did with Judd Apatow was, the audio was almost unusable. I would have said this is unusable. It was terrible. It was like literally like, oh, here we go. Travis Carroll's here. Travis. Hey buddy, you're muted. All right, hey.
What's happening?
Hey man, we're on to the second photo. This is great.
Oh, hell yeah.
Everybody, this is Travis Carroll, the
Hey, Travis.
photographer
Hey there.
that's letting us use his photography today. You tuning in from the West Bottoms?
Yeah, just in the studio. Got a chicken sandwich here, about to eat it, hanging out.
Nice.
Oh.
Awesome. This is great. Well, thanks for letting us use your photos.
Yeah, seriously.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah.
It's really cool.
Yeah, I'm gonna. How long have you been a photographer? How long have you been a photographer now?
On freelance, like out of a company, since 2015, give or take. But
wow.
Seriously, probably just in the last couple of years.
Oh wow, I would have expected longer than that. It seems like it's longer than that. Your experience seems far greater.
Yeah, it's
You've put in the work.
Well, that's thank you.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
No, these are great. These are really awesome. We've got just to do a quick intro for you. We've got Cassandra, Raymond, John, and Bill Koeb on the panel drawing tonight, and then quite a few attendees here drawing with us.
Dude, sick. This is cool.
Yeah. This is when I'll say any attendees that have questions for Travis about his photos or anything like that, please feel free to send a question in. But yeah, I mean, I love it. Travis does a ton of really awesome photography. Some of the cool, you do a ton of retouching too, right?
Yeah. That's what, I mean, for like 3 years, that's basically all I did was just retouch, which is great. You know, it's actually similar to like what you guys are, that's why I was super hyped on this, because it was like, well, basically retouching is just painting. We have to do a lot of the similar techniques that like the finesse and hand control and stuff like that to really kind of contour and make the image a little bit better if we can. So that's, being a retoucher was probably the most important thing that I ever did for my career, I guess.
Really?
Yeah, absolutely. Oh, absolutely. And it put me on projects that led to learning the experience that I now have to be able to consider myself a working professional, if that makes sense.
Well, I mean, does it come together as a package pretty often when you get work?
Yeah, definitely. Although I'll definitely say when I signed on to be like almost a dedicated retoucher for those few years, I kind of put my camera down and just really studied and tried to learn everything as much as I could about like illustration and painting, because I'm not a painter, not an illustrator, but I really had to adapt a lot of those techniques to be able to accentuate certain things in the images to make that visual representation proper. I know it's like a mouthful. But
no, I mean, I think I underestimated the crossover here, which is really interesting.
I did too. And that's why I'm super hyped about this.
Yeah.
It's very similar.
The first like work that I saw that you were doing that had appeared to be a lot of retouching was you did a ton of like, and it's the photography I love it. Your automotive stuff.
Yeah, that's extremely retouch heavy.
Yeah. So, and that was like the stuff that I was looking at today is Ferrari, right?
Yeah. That's like
whose Ferrari is that?
It was a guy in St. Louis. We kind of just like asked if we could borrow it for like 4 days, and he let us do it. We studied it.
Wait, does that work often?
No, that's the thing, is like not usually. This guy was just kind of like, sure.
Yeah. Here, somebody just asked, I'd love to know the context behind the last photo. The last photo we used was, if you see what John English is drawing right now, he's not giving up on it.
Dude,
Oh, God,
yeah,
girl.
you know what's cool about that image, man? Like, so this is like totally not related to the actual image itself, and it's more so about the relationship that was formed as a result of being on that job. That was taken just like in between. I was shooting alongside a motion crew, which happens quite a bit. And I actually don't remember in totality what the name of the farm was there. And I kind of feel bad about that. We were shooting for an app that was being developed for farmers, in which it was like going highly digital, because everything with farming, I don't know if you know this, is like crazy GPS pinpoint, like
Wow.
accuracy is outrageous. And this guy was just kind of waiting for the motion crew to finish shooting so they were loading his truck full of seed. The motion crew was shooting that, and he's just kind of like, man, I wish they'd hurry up. And I was like, yeah, me too, man. And then I just like kind of shot that while he was just sitting there waiting. But my favorite part about that is that that was something that I did, oh man, like 2 years ago, maybe. And I wasn't sure if the client liked any of the images that I delivered. And then 2 years later, just last year, I randomly got a phone call from them that was the biggest job I've ever done. So
wow.
Yeah, like that project opened the door to that relationship that was kind of dormant for 2 years and then popped up into being like the biggest project I've ever done, which is neat. So that's a really important image in the sense that the relationship was like very, very, yes.
Travis, are you from Kansas City?
Yes. Yeah, just from a suburb outside. It's called Leawood.
I live in Leawood.
Hey, there you go. Great. Yeah, I grew up right near Town Center Plaza forever. And then here we are.
Here's a question. What's your favorite subject matter to photograph?
You know, I would, the short answer would be like a product probably, or more so like the result of the use of a product, if that makes sense. So then the long form answer would be anything like I don't have a specific subject matter. It's more so like the intention of what something was designed for. So to make that work, so say there's like a blender, I would love to photograph. My all-time favorite thing would be to photograph the intention of the use of that blender as told by the engineer, if that makes sense.
Oh,
That's cool.
Does that work? I don't,
Yeah.
It's a mouthful. I know, I'm sorry. There's a lot.
No, that's actually a great way of explaining that.
Cool. Great. I never know. So, but this is cool, dude. Like, everyone's just hanging out, chilling, drawing stuff, painting tremendously. What kind of mediums we got going on in here? We got, is that John, are you doing charcoal up there?
I was doing new pastel and mid-tone paper.
Jesus.
Travis, we were told not to answer questions that were already asked by Timmy, so that's why we're not.
Ray, I assumed you logged off because the conversation wasn't about you anymore.
My bad. Am I interrupting?
Just for Ray.
Oh shit! Sorry, Ray.
It's all right, man.
My bad. So Ray's doing digital.
Once you said blender, I was all in. You know.
Yeah, there you go, man. Yeah. Blenders are tight. Unless you're referring to the 3D software program.
No, yes on all levels.
Cool.
Yeah.
That works out. Dude, this is cool. So yeah.
Travis, we have another question that just popped up that I thought was pretty cool.
Yeah, question.
Do you set up the scene more when you take photos, or do you prefer more candid shots?
Yes. So that's like one of my favorite things to do. Something that I just recently learned from mutual friend with Timmy, Matt Mooney. I don't know if you guys know Matt, fantastic human being. is that being a still photographer doesn't mean that you don't have control and you don't have a say in what's going on. I thought that I was just like an executioner technician. It was like, here you go, take this and do this exactly. But I guess to kind of bring that back to the original question was that Matt kind of opened my brain to realizing that we can be like directors in the sense that, and I didn't really know what a director was until last year, right? So, but to just get right to the question, because if not, I'll just go on forever. I prefer to do all the necessary amount of homework that it would take to set the right scene to capture a very controlled, candid moment. Does that work?
That's super similar to drawing and what we kind of
Exactly.
do every week. They are super similar.
Yes. So the same principles apply, and the same thing goes for like motion, filmmaking, movies, same type of thing. Is you do all the homework up front to set yourself up for what would be like a happy accident, or want to go back to like Henri Cartier-Bresson. I don't know if you guys know what that is, but the French photographer did decisive moment, right? So that's pretty, but he did it. He waited for the decisive moment that would happen naturally, in the sense that we have the ability to fully control and set up for a naturally candid moment within our control walls. If that does that work?
Yeah,
You
no,
have a controlled accidental moment.
Bam, there it is.
Well, what kind of setup do you do in advance then? What does that mean?
So for example, the gal that I believe it looks like you guys are working on, oh my goodness, I'm so upset that I forgot her name because she was so great. So that was the image that looks like people are working on now, pulling jacket up in the rain, was for Garmin, the navigation company. And this was an example where I had almost no control. So I had to combat it with forcing control into something that I didn't have control, which was that I didn't have any control over the location, the casting, or how we were going to shoot this product, because we had to fit it into a campaign. But I basically took, I'm so upset that I forgot her name, our female talent. I was like, hey, we're going to go over here and I'm going to learn a lot, as much as I can about you, because I need to know how to photograph you. And it turned out she was in school for nursing. She was super overwhelmed because she had just taken some type of test that was going to determine where her residency was. So I was able to take control of that situation to set a scene that put her in the right state of mind to do what she would normally do on her morning routine run every day, which I had to get to the fact to know, like, do you actually run? Are you a runner? Because if you're not, we're not going to shoot you running, because that makes no sense, right? Yeah. And she just happened to be, it started to rain, and she just came off of a run down the street, and she came over and started to put her hood up, and that's kind of where we did that there. But I suppose a more appropriate answer to that question would be put the right person in the right place, not necessarily at the right time, but with the right resources to create something that can actually tell the story that needs to be told. Does that work?
Yeah. That's cool.
Yeah. I've always thought of like really great directors, like the best directors I know, like cannot lose their cool in any sort of like setup. They remain cool basically no matter what.
Yeah.
Which is why I was really bad at it, I would say. Because it's kind of like controlling chaos, right?
Literally.
Yeah. Because I mean, I know you've been on some like pretty major sets. How many things go wrong on a major set in one day?
The best thing about that is that I honestly don't know. That's how good they are, right?
Really?
But I have been on plenty of sets where I do have like a peek into what's actually going on. And at any given time, there could be 10 to 15 catastrophic accidents happening in the background, but the talent has no idea. The director has no idea. Everybody on the front lines have no idea if the producer is good. You know, they're putting
Yeah.
fires
Yeah.
all day behind the scenes.
Yeah.
And sometimes the fire creeps up. And that's where, to your point, Timmy, that you have people who are really good at their jobs are really good at understanding that at any given moment, we could lose all control. And you have to be okay with that. Something I'm learning now. Very, very difficult to release control in those moments, which is what I would say the most brilliant advice that I ever heard was from, I watched the masterclass with one of the big directors, and I'm so sorry that I can't remember names.
Rob Howard.
It wasn't him, but there was another guy.
The documentary filmmaker. What's his name?
I don't know.
And Burns?
Werner Herzog.
Werner
or-
Herzog.
Oh, Herzog. Yeah.
Could have been. But the what he basically said was a really good director is going to set something up to a point, only to a certain point, and then let whatever happens after that happen. And that's what you just kind of wait for. So it goes back to setting yourself up for a natural good moment. As long as you do their homework right, everything that happens after there will happen as it will. And if you need to steer a little bit to get the story told, then you do that. But that's kind of that's the best way I can describe it. Anybody who wants total full control over anything needs to just sit in the studio all day and photograph food, because that's kind of the only things.
Yeah, 100%. Because I've been on a lot of Matt's shoots, and those things are smooth sailing.
Oh yeah, just sit there.
Yeah.
It just happens, and you're like, there it is.
Yeah, exactly as planned. We knew how this day was going to go 10 days ago.
And that's exactly what happened to the T.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, that's super interesting.
Until the people come in with, you know, hey, since we're here, can we add this? Can we add this? Can we add this?
Yeah.
That's where a good producer will add contingency padding and put that fire out, or, you know, have a fire extinguisher ready for that fire.
I'm just curious, because I know some of this might seem far and away from illustration, but I'm assuming some of the artists we've got on the panel might be able to connect the dots here, because it does seem like it's very parallel in a lot of ways.
Yeah, it's 100% parallel. I think that's for sure one of the, I mean, I shoot a lot of reference photography and set things up for my pieces, and you have to kind of, if you want something, you want your work to be fresh, right? And so, and not feel stale, but you have to, there's a lot of work to make it look like it was easy. And it's just equal amounts of like trust and preparation, and kind of control and kind of, again, like you said, chaos for things. So when you're working on large projects and working with people, because I know collaboration is probably a huge part of what you do as well, Travis, right? Because it's not like you just like walk in with your camera, wave at a couple of people, and take a sip of coffee, and then just take a couple of snapshots, and you're good to go, right?
Jesus, dude, yeah, collaboration is literally everything, right? Like a really good shooter does only what they're good at,
right?
And then you bring in the professional for everything else. And there's been several times where, like, even with like being on sets with Matt, like I was just on one recently where there was an illustrator on set, and because the background needed to be like drawn physically, and everything was analog, so that's cool.
Right.
Like it all works together, depending on the project. So
do you know, like, I mean, when you've gotten the shot that you were looking for, or you won't know that answer until you sit down and review it?
That's such a dope question, because I don't know if you guys mess around with Clubhouse at all. I think it's the greatest app of all time. If you're not on it, you should be. But
I spend hours there every day.
Dude, it's I love that. It's so good. I just had a really great conversation with some of these people that I've become close friends with now, about the question of, I like to ask people like, how do you pre-visualize a project? You know what I mean? Because like I'm a still shooter, so I ask other still shooters this type of stuff, and they're like, yeah, I see a still image. That's it. And I'm like, oh, so you see like the final finished still image, like retouched, graded, all that stuff. And they're like, yeah, that's great. And it's cool. I asked like 4 or 5 of them. They all said the same thing. And that's crazy to me because I've never seen a still image in my entire life. I literally see what I guess would be like a long form motion piece. And I hear it, I see the transitions, all the dynamic, the motion, the camera moves, and then it goes into stuff like I could smell it, right? Like that's silly, but I'm dead serious. So to answer, I guess the short answer to the question is, I know that I've got it when I have a scene set correctly enough that can be executed in real time, that there's no way we can't not get it. But when it comes to stuff like that Ferrari shoot, for instance, right? Like it's all still, the car's not going anywhere. And we know we got it because that was a technical study. So through the understanding of what it takes to create that type of automobile, we were able to know like, okay, yes, we have this, this, and this, and we're going to put it together and it's going to look like this. And the best thing about that project, one of my favorite projects and most proud projects, is that we did the environment for that was all CG. It was all it was fake. And it was based off of the structure of the A in Italia, which is like a triangular design. And typically with automotive stuff, you flip it, you shoot the environment and you render the vehicle. So we did it the opposite way, which is like 10 times harder.
Oh, wow.
Which is why I'm so proud of that. Because
right.
Like, we did it the non-traditional way, and it turned out, in my opinion, very, very well. Like me and Jake, we're both very proud of that project.
You'll get a kick out of this. A photographer mentor of mine from probably like 10 years ago, I won't say his name, but I was very inexperienced, and he was in the process of selling a lot of his older equipment. And I was just trying to get started, and he was trying to convince me. He had this light bank that was like 20 by 40 feet.
Yeah.
Right. And he was like, you buy this thing from me, you're going to get so much work. It's never going to end. It's just, it was like, he was like selling me a pair of like Air Jordans. Like he was like, they're going to make you jump higher. You're going to be better. And it was like, how much is it? He's like, it's like $7,000. It's worth it. And I like, it was impossible for me to afford at the time, but it cracked me up because like I immediately went to a studio and I was like, yeah, this guy's like, he really, I was like assisting somebody and they were like, promise me you won't buy that.
Yeah, dude, like, what do you do with something like that?
Yeah, and what I'm talking about, for those of you who don't know, it's like literally designed to like cover the ceiling of an entire studio so you can drive a car under it.
Oh my God. I've seen those. Yeah. Yeah.
Huge.
Like, yeah.
It requires like, I think it required like 40 Toda lights.
That's a
like,
shit.
You know, like, which is like each of the, I don't know what a ton.
Yeah. That's like
I wouldn't have had if I had bought it, I wouldn't have had a building that could have supported the power it took.
Yeah. That's the thing, right? Like,
yeah.
How do you move it? How do you angle it? It has to be on like an old system. And it's like,
yeah. But like, it would like the power at my house would go down. Like I don't have enough power in my house.
Yeah, no way. Plus, like the size of that box, like I think the one that we used was like a 10 by 30, right? Okay. That's like how big my studio is.
Yeah.
Like that big. It's huge. It's like, dude, there's no way. There's no way.
Yeah, I don't know. I think you missed out, Timmy.
It would have been. I would have been like buying the magic bean.
You could have been somebody, man.
Pretty much. You could have done that, and then you buy the building later.
Right.
Put it in storage for 10 years.
Right.
Yeah.
No big deal.
Yeah.
All right. I am hopping in really quickly to say that we have gone a couple minutes over on our 20 minutes. So if we find a good place, we can switch to the third pose here, photo reference number 3 on the website,
And
continue the conversation.
yeah, and just a reminder, definitely post the work using the hashtag illustration isolation. We're going to check it out. We're going to check out all the work at the end of the night. Be sure to tag Travis on Instagram and credit him for these photos.
There's a lot going on.
Travis, what's your handle?
It's at _ CHRAVIS.
You're not making it easy for anybody to share.
Yeah, like it's
Go on our website. I posted it on our website. You can copy it there.
All right, yeah.
right here. There's the chat, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. I'm like, it's Travis with a CH, but
there we go.
Hey, what the hell does that mean?
Yeah. No.
Travis, if that helps.
Right. Travis.
Okay.
Yeah.
Travis. Okay. There's
Travis.
about 4 questions in the question thing, just whoever's.
I'll check them
Oh, I
out.
can see all of it. Dude, there's like a lot of stuff going on here. Look how many people are. This is sick. It's really cool. I love this.
Okay. Who is the person in picture 4?
What's picture 4?
John English knows the person.
What? Oh,
What's
no, it's Betty at Jess and Jim's. I don't know.
Oh, it is.
Yeah.
I love Betty. Oh my God. Yeah. That's the one? You picked Betty?
Yeah, we picked Betty.
Betty Reed, man. That's my gal.
Where is she from, John?
She works at a restaurant called Jess and Jim's.
Dude, yeah, I worked there for like 6 years. The Van Oys are like my dear friend. That's like my best friend's family.
Oh, no.
Wow.
Yeah. Incredible. Betty Reed. Oh, I wonder what she's doing right now.
She's getting drawn. She's getting drawn by a bunch of people.
That's right.
When you take pictures, do you take pictures of different aesthetics? What's your favorite one? What? Yeah. Maybe try to crack that question open. It's probably got a broad answer, but yeah. Do you think you get hired for your aesthetic, or do you get hired to execute a job?
Yeah, okay. That's a two-parter, right? Because I can say both. But I think if I'm being dead honest, I think people hire me now, right? Like as I'm just now, like I'm on like 2020 was the year that I was like, okay, I'm gonna start trying and like be competitive as an actual shooter after 9 years.
And then the world shut down.
Yeah, like
yeah.
Look out, world. Here comes Travis.
The world's like, psych. Like, cool. But
yeah.
That is when what I was gonna say. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So I think that people hire somebody like me who is like an advertising photographer, like a commercial photographer, right? Because they know that underneath the title of professional commercial photographer comes with like, you are able to recreate, right? So you know how to make this and you can make it repeatable and it can be over and over and over again, right? So I think that's one reason why people hire somebody like me or me, because I, for the last 9 years, have been support for those types of shooters and learned all that stuff. But I would love to say that people are hiring me more so for my ability to like fully understand who they are, what they're trying to say, and make sure that they say it in a way that their audience can hear it in their voice instead of read it in theirs. Did that make sense?
Yeah.
So
yeah. Your ability to translate someone's emotional language into a visual one is why you get hired.
Absolutely. Yeah. And that's through like a painstaking, I call it like an engineering process. I don't even know if that's a word, but of understanding. I use the Blender example a lot because it's so perfect. Like
The 3D software or the appliance? No, I'm just
the Juice
checking.
Maker. Blender's a sick software, by the way. I spent about 3 months trying to learn that before I realized that I just didn't want to do it. But Blender's a tremendous, like, free open source platform that's like, whoa, way too powerful for the price point
Yeah.
of nothing. But
I didn't mean to derail your.
no, that's okay, because that's a very valid point, you know. But especially to slightly derail, like when we're doing the Ferrari, right? So we knew that we wanted to represent a specific type of vehicle that was designed for a certain type of thing, and then put it in the right environment. Now, we didn't have the right environment. We couldn't bring this car to Maranello, which is the birthplace of Ferrari, and photograph it there. So we had to recreate where we thought it would best fit. So we took it from the design of the branding itself and put it inside itself, right? So that A triangular structure, the vehicle would be best fit within the limits of its own branding, right? Because that's the only thing that can contain a Ferrari. Ferrari is like the best. But I think that's why people would hire me, to bring it back to the right thing. It's like my ability to understand this, this, and this, and really make sure that it's being properly represented by whoever made it. And that means having a conversation with the engineers. So for the blender, I'd say, who designed this? They'd say, Jessica designed this blender. I'm like, great, get her on the phone. I need to talk to Jessica, make sure that I'm doing this justice. Like, is that how she meant that to be visualized? And then I need to put it in the hands of who she designed it to be used by. And then I'm more interested in getting the sign off from the engineer rather than the marketing director, because they spend months, maybe even a year, and like a team of people put that thing together. So I'm so obsessed with like car interiors. You ever look at a dashboard? Dude, like 15 people worked on that for like 9 months.
Right.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
So.
And so, how do you balance that then, right? Because ultimately, it's the PR manager is the one that's cutting the checks, and and the engineer is sort of the a major part, but only a very like a step in the sort of the execution process, but not selling the actual product.
Well, I can tell you, it's very difficult, right?
Yeah.
So, because of my density and how deep I want to go, and the lack of realistic timelines that fill the way that I want to make work, I'm oftentimes forced to hear what they have to say and make that what I'm obsessed with, and then dive into that, and then kind of go from there. Or sometimes they hand me a piece of paper and say, just make that. And I say, okay. And I just have to ultimately decide, who am I today? Am I a technical am I a technician or an executioner, or am I the process-driven creative who wants to tell the stories that matter to the people who care?
Right.
I have to make those decisions all the time. And if I'm being totally honest and realistic with you, I think I lose jobs sometimes because of how obsessed I become in the process of it, that people don't have time for that.
Right.
So it's hard, but it's cool. I do think I have the best job ever. So.
Yeah, I mean, there's like a complete and straight parallel to illustration where it's it's an art form, and you're an artist, and you have ideas, and you have a personality, you have likes, you have dislikes, and you have a voice that you want to get out, but you have to work within the confines of the client's need. And there's a beautiful sort of middle point that something magical really happens when you can sort of nail that, but it doesn't always happen. But you strive to nail it all the time. But you have to, I mean, I'm sure you learned pretty quickly how to, work with people who aren't artists either, right? I mean, like,
especially.
Yeah. And develop language to kind of communicate with them. Because it could almost be, I mean, especially in art school or when you're around your peers, it's easy to talk, but when you talk to somebody who's not an artist, it's almost like talking to an alien, and you have to be like, you know, trying to sort of decipher what it is that they're saying, and then trying to translate what you want out of it, you know, in order to get what you want out of the whole thing, you know.
Dude, 100%.
Yeah.
Very, very well said. And that's why the verbiage that I use is like, I have like a thing where I describe the process of like, what's it like to work with you? It's like, well, the first thing I need to do is learn your language and then speak to you in your language, but make sure that it's with my voice.
Right.
You know, so like, that's really hard to do, but that's why I think everybody should work in a restaurant, right? I did for 6 years.
Yeah.
I had to very quickly decide, who am I? Am I their friend or am I their waiter?
Mm-hmm.
Like, bam. And how do I do this? I wouldn't be able to do my job now if I hadn't, I should say, I wouldn't be able to be nearly as successful as I hope to be one day. Not that I am. If I hadn't worked in a restaurant and been able to make those split decisions in terms of, what do you call that?
Well, you have an ability to make people trust you or be comfortable around you.
Sure.
In a very short amount of time is what you're. I mean, because like I mean, I've had waiters that I'm like, I don't want to touch anything that comes out of that kitchen, you know, if they're handling it, and then other ones that are like, they're looking out for me, you know, like they got me that extra. I know they said they were out of ketchup, but he got me, you know, this waiter got me that extra drop of
his
ketchup.
own personal ketchup and gave
Right.
Yeah, I had to be their best friend in like fucking 15 seconds.
Right.
I'm their best friend.
Right.
Like,
you're my best friend right now.
See? There it is.
Ray, I think fatherhood's made you smarter.
I know.
Travis, I got a couple more questions for you.
Oh, 1 second. I just want to say bye. I've got to duck out.
Oh, Cassandra, thanks
Bye,
for
Cassandra.
Bye, Cassandra.
It's so great. Thanks for coming in, Travis. It was so nice to meet you.
Dude, likewise. Thanks for making that really cool. Look at that, dude. This is so sick.
Thanks. Well, this is so fun. Thanks for the awesome reference.
Man, have a
All
lovely
right. Night, everybody. Welcome
night,
back,
Sandra.
Ray.
Thank you.
Bye, Cassandra.
Okay,
Yeah,
Travis, I got just a couple questions for you. Have you run out of walls to knock down in your studio?
Yeah.
Every time I get on Instagram, you guys have torn down a new wall or replaced a wall.
Done all kinds of stuff.
I do feel like knocking down walls in a photo, it implies you're growing.
100%.
The more walls you're tearing down, the better as a freelancer.
Yeah, I thought the question was a metaphorical one. I was like,
no, it's
legitimate. Are you done?
Every time I check Instagram, he's got a story and it's like somebody with a sledgehammer.
Yeah, I thought
it was going to be really deep.
No, no, literally.
You want to do that? I can totally make it that deep.
We can make it. Go ahead.
We can totally get in there and do that. But
this is a wall a metaphor, and are you done knocking down those walls?
No. I was being literal when I said that. Literally, there's just it looks like they had your building set up for cubicles when you moved in there.
So the funny thing about that is that, so I just like reminisced on this today. Like May is 4 years of me in this space. Mm-hmm. And there was nothing on this floor when I got this space. So they built this entire place. They built a couple of walls just for me. And then we decided, hey, I think, we should take some of the hallway. So we did that. And then, but we left 2 walls up in the meantime, and then decided, like it would be a lot better if this was just wide open. So knocked those walls out, put up another wall on one end, and made like a whole sliding wall thing. And it's cool, man. Like,
no, I didn't mean it symbolically. Okay, next question I've got is: are you still accepting packages from strangers that you open?
The breaking, dude. So funny story.
I'll add some context. You used to stream these, right?
No, that was just Instagram stories.
Okay. You would just get packages from random people that were just very inconvenient packages to open?
Well, yeah, and the whole thing was, I love getting mail. So then a couple of my friends started sending me stupid stuff. And then my reaction to that was, I also love breaking things. I love like pushing things to their limit and finding the breaking point, right? So Then they started
Evolved.
really
Yeah.
fun stuff. And then I just started breaking it. And then I said, hey, you guys should all just start sending me stuff and I'll just like test the durability and break it. And then people did that, sent me all kinds of stuff. And I actually had to like kind of shut that down because I was more focused on that than my job.
Okay. All right. Well, I was
Yeah.
only bringing it up because I was like, oh, this is a great group of people that could mail
Send me
Travis stuff.
Yeah.
I didn't realize it. I didn't realize that it was the program was shut down.
Well, just people
Well,
started.
Ferrari started asking questions, right, Travis? They were like, "Dude, you break a lot of stuff. Are you gonna break one of our cars, man, if we send it to you, or are you gonna be cool?" Right? Yeah.
The answer is I will be cool, and then we will see how far we can go with this.
Right. Depends on how you package it, Broseph. Right?
Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
Travis, do you drive cars as well as you photograph them?
He doesn't drive. He doesn't have a license. He told
Yeah, I
me.
actually can't drive. I've never learned.
What?
But yeah, dude, that's like a whole other thing. Is that
You've never driven before?
you what?
Are you messing with me?
No. I do drive. I do.
I was like, what? I was like,
Sorry.
I think
I
I've
love
been in a
driving.
car with you before.
Yeah, that's like yeah, I'm like a big. For a while, I did like a little bit of road racing, so I was like
Okay.
really
Yeah.
into driving.
Mhm.
But
Yeah.
driving is. I've learned, driving is a really important thing of like who I am as a human being. I could talk to you for an hour about that if you want, but like I'm most comfortable at speed, if that makes sense. Like
Yeah.
I'm never more calm and focused and collected than when I'm going like 60 miles an hour fast, like through some
Yeah.
turns and stuff like that, which we could translate that to the chaos of being on set.
Yeah.
That's like, it's cool.
It's calming. Chaos is calming to some people.
Dude, it can be if it's control.
Yeah.
Controlled chaos, a wonderful
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah.
That's why he's never had time to get an actual license. He just going for it, man.
I love that Ray's making up all this stuff about a guy he just met. And
I know.
Confused.
Timmy's
the hell out
like,
of me.
what?
I've been in a car with you.
Yeah, I was like, oh my God.
Like there it is.
He was driving fast too. No, Travis, thanks so much for joining us tonight. This has been awesome.
Dude, yeah, it's a pleasure,
Yeah.
man. Thank you so much.
Really love it.
Yeah.
Thank you, Travis.
I hope we can have you back again.
Oh yeah, kidding me?
Yeah,
Do this
is
every
great.
day. It's amazing.
All right. Well, thank you. Seriously. All
Yeah,
right, we're gonna
no.
let you get to that sandwich.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that, and I actually have to get on a phone call in like 10 minutes, so that works out perfectly.
All right, perfect. Well, thank you so much, Travis.
Dude,
Thanks,
guys,
Travis.
thank you. This has been so cool. I'm really happy about this. Yeah, keep it going. This is good stuff.
Thank you for the loan of the work.
Yeah, thank you guys. This is lovely. Enjoy it, and hopefully I'll see you guys again.
Sounds great.
Much.
Thanks,
Cool.
man.
See
All
ya.
right, later.
Take care.
Great. Don't ever embarrass us like that.
I thought he was cool, man. He showed up in a gamer chair and everything. I was like, all right, this guy knows. I know this man. He would have gotten my Rocket League joke. You see?
Oh yeah, that's true. Yeah,
Don't even try
that's definitely why your Rocket League joke,
it.
because Travis wasn't here. Yeah.
Oh.
Timmy,
does
have
it-
you ever played that game?
I didn't get it. I didn't get it at all. It went right over my head. Is it the game with like the little RC car and the soccer ball?
You know, when you describe it like that, I don't want to answer that question.
Okay.
It's that and so much more.
Thank you,
I
Alice.
think.
Yes, I mean, that's what it is.
Okay.
Alice, where were you when I was making the joke? I
Hey,
used you.
hey everybody, me and John are cool gamers.
Like gaming? Consider seeing my Studio Bridge lecture series.
Yeah.
I only know about games because I have a boyfriend who loves games, and that made me an avid watcher of games, which is sometimes just as entertaining.
Alice, you're not helping my case. Because now they're just gonna make fun of me more.
See how quickly Ray can turn on you? He has like no allegiance. His loyalty is
Is to live brush.
Yeah. Oh man. I heard that thing was dead in the water. It jumped the shark or whatever. Yeah. When does Life Brush season 2 start again, or season 3?
Season 2.5 is starting up soon. We're still talking about dates.
Oh wow. Wow.
Tyler's busy. He says hello, by the way, and now he's probably gonna retract that hello now, Demi.
Live Brush season 2.
After your reaction to the mere name, soon. The mere mention of our live stream.
It's coming out soon. It sounds like the Avatar 2 release. It's soon.
It's like Duke Nukem Forever, or that's another video game reference.
Yeah.
Hashtag gamer.
If you're young, you'll see it eventually.
Okay, so here's a question. Because I think everyone's worked on something for so long, like that you wonder whether or not it's ever going to come out. Imagine being James Cameron and filming Avatar 2 and thinking he's been working on it for years. When did Avatar come out?
He's been working on it for at least 10 or 12 years.
So
I think it's because of the font choice. He really wants to use papyrus.
But do you think it's like a Steve Jobs thing?
Do I think what? It's what?
You think it's like a Steve Jobs thing?
Oh my God.
I don't know. Someone is going to know the exact answer. I know that they're going to release a ton of them.
Oh my God. I just completely missed Alice's joke. Now that I just got it. I'm sorry, Alice. You did a really smart joke, and
he's working on 2 and 3 simultaneously, according to the honest. You know what?
That's not an excuse. That's not an excuse.
If I was 9 years late on the sequel to my movie, I would lie and tell people I'm also working on the 3rd one.
Right, and the animated series. Right. Peter Jackson filmed.
Sounds like somebody's just missing deadlines.
Yeah, exactly. Peter Jackson filmed all 3 Lord of the Rings at the same time. So
yeah.
I was going to say Robert Zemeckis filmed one of the great trilogies of all time, Back to the Future 2 and 3 at the same time. Did you know that?
Is that true? I didn't know that.
That's a good movie trivia fact to always have.
Oh, if we watch Live Brush when it comes back, then we're going to be filled with that. Not to advertise for Live Brush on Twitch.
Ray, what is Live Brush? Could you explain it a little bit? Maybe say when it happens and all that kind of fun stuff?
Well, Live Brush is more of a state of mind than a physical thing, John. No, it's a Twitch live stream that my friend Tyler Jacobson and I and Kate Welch we do on usually on Wednesdays at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And where we do this basically and talk about movies, and we do, we work on our own stuff. Sometimes we work on portraits of we have themes where we work on portraits of us. We were doing heroes from the 80s. So we both did Uhura from Star Trek, and we did a Predator Day, Ghostbusters. Just fun stuff. And then now we're working on our own artwork. So I'm working on a gallery piece, and Tyler was working on one of his personal pieces. So it's 2 hours, and the more I describe it, the more I think there's a lot of shenanigans in it. So a lot of movie trivia stuff. Tyler could tell you tons of stuff. Oh, here's another thing. Did you know that Jean-Claude Van Damme was in Predator?
Was he the
No.
predator?
He was the predator. He was the original predator.
No, what
Oh,
is-
Alberto in the chat just said he wasn't. So, uh-oh.
Wait, no,
We
he
have
was in.
some-
There's actual right. He
Hey.
was supposed to be. He was the
This is some
original.
inaccurate reporting
Okay,
here.
Hey,
well, I'm getting
hey,
cut off before I
Ray.
explain myself.
Ray, can you get out of here? Can you get out of here with your misinformation?
Hashtag fake news.
Lauren, no. So it was an original design for Predator. They had this like crazy weird rubber suit, and it was one of his early jobs. He was on set, and he was like, "There's film of him moving around and everything like that they filmed." And he was in the movie, so that actually wasn't inaccurate. They used one of the plates that they shot of him moving around as as one of the camouflage predator effects. So he technically wasn't. So
Right.
might be lying.
It's a little bit of both. Yeah.
Somebody says Ray's lying. Why the heck are you lying?
So he was invisible. Yes, he was invisible to human eyes. Okay.
I think they probably hired him because they watched his previous work and knew they wanted a splits scene where he's balancing between two chairs.
I'm
Predator splits.
That's immediately what I thought.
This is before
I think of him as-
Jean-Claude.
I feel like you're not. I think if you call him Jean-Claude Van Damme, you're not. I think it's JCVD. That's a real
JCVD?
fan.
Yeah.
JCVD.
Yeah. Look, okay. So I got all right. Here's the original. This is the original Predator. Let me see here. I have the design here. I'm just going to go like this really quick. Okay. On my screen is the original Predator design. Okay. They made a whole suit.
Oh, wow.
Stan Winston, I think, made the first suit. He definitely made the second suit. And let me show you. Just want to show you.
I like the
This
direction they
hashtag-
actually went in.
Hashtag Ray was right. So this is Van Damme right here when he was shooting that's the suit that he wore.
Okay.
And that's when he was shooting the plates for the sort of camouflage technique thing. So they're actual pictures of him on set. Check this out.
Wow.
Hey, Ray, when does your wife get back?
Is everything okay over there? You've been okay?
There it is. There it is.
You're kind of lonely. This is like you walk into somebody's
Right here.
somebody's house and there's like gonna be all this like red yarn and pins
Yeah.
up on the wall and
Yeah, if anybody asks how I'm doing, this should be my like current status right now. On my screen.
Wow.
That photo.
Here you go. I want. See, there he is, right there. See him?
Yeah. Okay.
Hang on.
I just want an apology from everyone in the chat.
Well, somebody just said how much time is left. And
They want me to wrap
and
up.
I'm not sure if they're talking about this whole event or with Ray's.
Yeah.
For this pose, we should be wrapping up and moving on to our last pose featuring Betty, who we already heard stories about, which I'm very excited to see everybody's drawings of. So if you're ready, we can switch on over to the next one.
Yeah, and just be sure to share your work using the tags. The tags are on the website, so if you just hit copy tags, you can grab them right there. Please credit Travis. Whenever I go to a new photographer to ask them, I send them a link to this hashtag, and I say, "Hey, it's cool." You know what? It's like the worst thing you can say to a photographer. Hey, they're gonna tag you, and you're gonna get all this attention from it. Which is great, but please tag them so when they go there, they see like, oh yeah, they're giving credit to the photographer. This is cool. I want to be a part of this. So do it.
I put the link to his Instagram account in the chat.
Yeah, awesome. Yeah,
Right under live brush.
yeah.
Yeah. There's a hashtag in the chat going on, guys.
I thought
Did
it was
you know
called
that?
the family.
It's called hashtag. That it was hashtag Ray was right. Did you see the hashtag? It was not. It was just naturally generated by Elise. Actually,
You got
Go ahead,
an
say it.
apology. It says, "I apologize, Ray. You were sort of right."
Alberto, that's kind of a half-assed apology, but
I'm sort of apologizing.
Someone called the Van Damme suit a rock lobster. I love that one. That's great.
So I like this. We sort of apologize.
Yeah, it's a lot better than I thought I was going to get. So thank you, everyone.
It's like when somebody says, "I owe you an apology," but they're not really.
Yeah. I'm
Yeah.
really sorry you felt that way. That was,
You made us sit through this like Netflix crime drama explanation of your
right. No, yeah. No, you're right. You're right.
Yeah,
I just had to
episode-
defend my screen. Listen, maybe Tyler would have been screaming if at me if I didn't explain that, because I was like, there's no way Van Damme was in Predator. You're misremembering it. It's a Mandela effect. And then he took me to school. And so I had to look it up and everything like that. So I just didn't want to get embarrassed again, basically.
Well, do you feel vindicated?
I mean, I felt like people are going to come out of this stream learning something that they didn't expect, So yeah, I think so.
I'm glad.
Yeah.
If nothing else.
Yeah, everyone, that's how you insult me.
I think
That's
the key,
it. That's
the
how
key
you,
there was that they didn't expect.
Yeah.
I just recently learned about the Mandela Effect. That's pretty wild. That
Mandela Effect.
the Mandela.
Is that in fact the Mandela Effect?
No,
We
but
started talking about it again.
But Ray mentioned the Mandela Effect.
Yeah, like that. It was, like to some people, like Van Damme was not in the Predator, and he actually was.
Somebody just called it's the Ray Bonilla effect. It's when you misremember Jean-Claude Van Damme being in the Predator. That is very specific. The Ray Bonilla effect. Yeah, when you're sort of right.
When you're sort of right, and nobody really cares either way. The Ray Bonilla effect. Yeah.
Well, Ray, it was nice having you in this episode.
That's a quick way to like.
He's playing me out. He's playing me off. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh
hey,
no.
Ray, so it's great having you tonight. You know what? What the heck, Bill? It's nice having you too.
My favorite.
John, you did great. Good night, everybody.
My favorite was John asking me he had asked me, do you feel like you got your point across? And I said, yeah. He's like, that's great.
Well, at least something good came from it.
Oh. You feel better now?
Oh no. Oh no.
Somebody says
so my whole point was the whole like how that's gotta be I mean, is James Cameron like even sleeping at night knowing that everyone's waiting for this movie? Like how there must be a ton of money behind this thing. So like
James Cameron sleeps on a bed of money.
Sleeping just fine.
Yeah, I think he's doing okay.
Yeah, he's just doing okay. Yeah, I know. I just I don't know. It's
oh man, yeah.
Right,
Hope James Cameron's okay.
James Cameron's not going to bed at night, right? Thinking, I wonder if I'm going to have corrections on that tomorrow.
Yeah. Yeah.
For a while, I thought the sequel was just rumor. I didn't know it was actually being
it's
made.
100%. It's been being made forever.
See, I didn't know that until I had like, I don't know, on Twitter or something like that. Somebody had said, oh yeah, I've been working on the Avatar sequel. And I'm like, what?
Oh, wow.
I thought that was a joke. Like
it would have been a really if you were in entertainment out of luck, a really great lie for the past 10 years to just keep up appearances. Right. Yeah, I'm working on Avatar 3. It'll buy you 10 years. People being like, yeah, he's been working on Avatar 3.
Like working on About a Boy.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Or no, Boyhood, right?
Boyhood.
Ethan Hawke maybe? That's a good one.
Yeah, Boyhood.
Oh man, I like that George R. R. Martin and James Cameron doing a crossover. No agency would allow that. Yeah, that movie would never get made. That's funny. Yeah.
It's just I've seen I don't know, like that always kind of scares me. Like I've seen I saw a documentary on Richard Williams, the thief and the cobbler. Like his are you familiar with Richard Williams? He did he was the principal he was the animation director behind Who Framed Roger Rabbit.
It's my favorite movie as a kid.
Yeah. And so Richard Williams was like he was known for his like commercials and stuff. He wrote the Animator Survival Kit, which is like an animation Bible. And so he was working on this movie called The Thief and the Cobbler, and he was basically sunk all of his money into it, and he never finished it.
Oh, wow.
And it kind of sort of was he got some sort of financing, and they basically just pulled the plug on him, and then they kind of sort of another studio finished it for him. His masterpiece that he'd been working decades on, and then somebody put together a fan aid called the Cobbled Cut, where basically he took all of his pencil tests of and storyboards of all the unfinished scenes and all the temp voiceover and the music stuff, and put everything in as an actual movie. And the movie was like crazy long. It was like, over 3 hours or so, something nuts. But he just think he never finished it. And I'm just thinking to myself, like, oh man, can you imagine being in that situation?
I've seen trailers for movies that, as far as I can tell, got to the very last stage and never made it. And I just assume they're in a vault somewhere, owned by some studio. There's a movie my entire life. I remember being a really little kid at a theater, and there was a movie trailer for a movie that was, the premise of it was that, all I remember the premise of was that it was everybody had one eye.
Go on.
And there was one person that had two eyes. And forever I have tried to remember, like, I'm talking about like when I was like 10, I saw this trailer and I remember thinking like, I want to see that movie, but it doesn't exist. I don't know what happened to it. And so I just assume it got to the last stage and never made it.
Maybe we can ask.
I was reading an article about it. I went through this recently. I was reading an article because I was thinking of a pop song from like 2014 that, like, one of those songs that, like, if you turned on a radio, it played like once an hour on every station. Right? Yeah. Like that level of play. And I was like, it was the most annoying song for a whole summer. And now it doesn't exist. And I was trying to find it. Because randomly it came to mind. And I was like, what was that song? And like, I kept searching for it and I just could not find it. I knew the artist, it was gone. And nobody seemed to address it. It was not a good song. So I guess I don't know that we really need to find it, but.
Well, I mean, Devin in the chat thinks that you're having a fever dream. So,
Sorry.
And somebody else said, I think it was Alberto that said that he thought that JCVD was in that movie too with the one eye. So,
okay.
I don't know, man. I don't know. I've been there with that's annoying though, because of course it's a track, it's a pop song that it's annoying that you never want to listen to. Right.
Yeah.
But haunts your dreams.
Well, this is my guess. This is my theory right now, is I remember it sampled a very popular old song that it's like the tip of my tongue. And
oh my God, that's
worse.
You know what
I think it is I think that maybe the licensing ran out on it.
Oh, wow.
That's my theory right now.
Demi, do you know about the subreddit called Tip of My Tongue? And you can post your question there and people will like crowdsource the answer. It's the coolest thing.
We don't need to go. You see, here's the thing. We don't need to go to Reddit though. We have this incredible chat, right?
Somebody just said, was it Mambo number 5? No, it's not Mambo number 5.
It might be. Maybe that's it. All right, we found it. See?
I used that subreddit because I had a children's book. Like I could only remember like certain pages of it, and I was like, "What was that children's book?"
No, this
And they
isn't
found it.
This is not tip of my tongue. This is not a tip of my tongue situation. You've got it
It's
wrong.
seared in his soul, Alex.
No, this is it was erased. It was a Machine Gun Kelly song, and it's gone.
Oh, so you know what it is. I see. You know what
I've
it
narrowed
is.
it down to the artist.
Wow.
It doesn't
okay.
exist anymore.
Oh, you didn't say
That's
that.
very different.
Okay. Oh,
This
okay.
isn't tip of my tongue. I don't know the name of it. So
Well,
that makes it
we
easy.
don't know that. Alice was just trying to help from
Yeah,
above.
From above.
Or my other theory is that maybe it was removed from his catalog, and maybe it's under like a producer or something. I don't know. I don't
Oh
know.
man. And then like the search engines like complete like eradicated so you can never find it sort of thing.
John, do you remember when I said I was really busy last week? Yeah. Oh my God, a bunch of people are saying
Rabbit's got to go somewhere, Timmy.
Yeah.
Oh God.
All right.
No, that's happened. It's happened to me. It's happened to me. I had a bootleg VHS that I used to watch all the time, and it took me forever to find this movie. It ended up being Robot Jocks. Anybody ever seen that movie? It's a B movie.
You think?
Yeah. Well, it wasn't. It was worth the read.
Ray, I just had to Google it, and I want to specify if anybody wants to look it up. It's Robot Jocks, JOX.
Right. I mean, is there any other way
So
to spell it?
that's-
That's the way I spell it.
Yeah. Yeah.
From 1989.
Yeah. The great year.
How old were you in 1989, right?
I was 6. Oh my God, I should not have been watching that movie. Now that I think about it. A lot of violence in that movie.
6.
Yeah, I think so. I was born in 80. Yeah, 6. Yeah, would have been 6.
You were born in 83?
83, yeah.
Wow.
I'm reading the plot line to it, and it sounds amazing.
Can you-
I really want to watch this.
Is that it's Timmy, is it okay if Alice reads a little bit of it, or you think it's not kosher?
Alice is a referee. I'm just here.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm a panelist guest. tonight.
Alice, if you
This-
would, if you'd be so kind.
So I love there's this podcast called How Did This Get Made? And it's about how terrible movies get made. And I'm going to submit this the next time I'm on Twitter because this is the storyline. It is a post-World War III. War is outlawed. And in its place are matches between large robots called robot jocks.
With the next.
So I'm in. I am in.
Yeah.
And the matches only take place in the state of Alaska.
Right.
So it has everything that you want in a movie.
Is during the Cold War, man. It's
I
like
don't really appreciate the fraternizing that's going on between you and Alice. It doesn't help the dynamic of this whole things are getting too chummy here.
Just because we talk about gaming and robot jocks doesn't
Alice,
mean you
Alice,
can't
can
be
I talk?
included.
Alice, can I have an aside with you? Can I talk to you? Generally, we like to belittle Ray.
Nobody else is bringing up cool movies though. So
Thank you. And cool movie trivias, may I
cool
add?
and semi-true.
Ray,
movie
sorry,
trivia.
I was having a private conversation with Alice.
He's explaining your role, Ray.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah. No, that's really interesting. Topic of movies I saw too young. Who Framed Roger Rabbit was the first. I got it. That feels like the first adult cartoon disguised as a kid's cartoon.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That was like weird.
Well,
Lots
okay.
of first crushes from that movie, I think.
Yeah.
Yes. And
Roger Rabbit.
yeah. Can you imagine that movie? That movie would have never gotten made today. Would have never gotten made today. And not because of like the on the fence, like kind of like tone with some of the scenes. Because you have murder and stuff like that. And like,
Mhm.
because it was like a noir. It was a crime noir movie, basically, and with cartoon characters. But the fact that like Steven Spielberg was able to convince Disney and Warner Brothers to be okay with using their characters in the same movie.
Oh yeah.
Amongst like all these other types of characters like Betty Boo and it's just like the fact that Daffy Duck and Donald Duck had a scene together. Like you almost forget that they're like completely different IPs, you know?
Wow.
It just goes to show you like, wow, I can't believe that movie is, I don't know how, talking about licensing, how does that movie ever show up on streaming?
I don't know. That's a really great question. How does that still exist?
You know what I just thought of? There used to be a Roger Rabbit ride at Disneyland. And I'm trying to remember if there were both characters featured in that ride. Oh, Brianna says Disney Plus. So
it's on Disney Plus.
You can watch it. Or
so,
it was on Netflix.
Yeah.
Oh, well, that's interesting. Like that must be, I don't know. Like, I mean, like you think of like them, there must have been some deal that was like struck that sort of made life a little bit easier. Maybe it was difficult. I don't know. I mean, like I would think that like everybody would want a piece of the action, right? Wouldn't you think? I don't know.
Yeah.
So there you go. I'm on fire today. It's good to be back.
If you want to go back to my music thing, this is embarrassing. Basically, within like 5 minutes of me saying it, somebody like listed the title of the song I was trying to.
They found this. I told you so.
They found it, and then I'm doing like research on the side, and like you can listen to it on Spotify right now.
You see, the chat provided.
This is
it's incredible. You see the power of the chat.
This is a really embarrassing formal public record.
No, it's not embarrassing at all. You didn't have the power of 112 participants.
Yeah, it's mostly just impressive how great our audience is for finding this stuff.
Yeah.
Listen, they redeemed
the song was Bad Things.
Bad Things.
Yeah, it was everywhere. It was you couldn't get away from it.
And now it doesn't exist.
No, it does exist. It just, for whatever reason,
it's on one of the most popular. It's on streaming.
For whatever reason, on like a Tuesday last week, I spent 10 minutes trying to find it. I couldn't. And then I was like, it must not exist anymore.
Oh yeah, I just found it. Wow. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right on. Okay. Machine Gun Kelly.
If I'm nothing else, I'm honest, people. Owning up to it.
I think I'm going to take this as a win. I think you should be proud that, I mean, what other unsolved mysteries do we have? That's what I'm trying to think now of, like
unsolved mysteries.
Yeah. Of our childhood or something that,
we had a actually great conversation you missed out on, because you're busy being a dad. A couple weeks ago, ghosts and aliens, right? Where do you stand on those? On the topic of mystery.
What's the question?
You a ghost? Are you a ghost guy? Are you an alien guy? Are you both?
I think that we know a lot. There's a lot more that we don't know about this universe than we do. But I'm not going to go as far and say like they're ghosts. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because like there's a reason why ghost sightings completely tanked off when the camera was invented. It's not because they're, they don't like taking photos. But hey, you know what? There's strange things in this world. I mean, look, Mandela Effect, and robot jocks with an X.
There we go.
So anything could be possible.
Where are we at on this fourth image? We almost done with these people? Alice?
We got plenty of time.
Yeah,
It's only
like-
7:45.
Yeah, I think we just
Yeah, about 5 to 6 minutes left, and then we can dive into looking at everyone's images. So
Time
be
flies.
sure to upload them to Instagram so we can look at your awesome images. I already see some Betty images being uploaded. and she looks amazing.
That's awesome.
So cool.
I should have started working on this earlier on.
If every
Greg, you've been drawing tonight?
I do. I'm a multitasker. I mean, we solved Timmy's. Now Timmy can sleep at night. He doesn't have to have like fever dreams about songs that he thought that that he made up in his head, but really were real. Now, did we figure out the movie yet?
No.
I just tried Googling it. One-Eyed People children's movie 2000s.
Yeah.
And nothing popped up.
One-Eyed People.
I can promise you it was not a children's movie.
Oh,
Right.
It was not a
No,
children's movie.
it was
Okay.
definitely-
Well, then I'll keep searching, Timmy.
Okay. Any actors
Oh
that
my
we would
gosh.
have known? Maybe we can have whittle it down.
No, not that I can think of.
One-Eyed. And you said what?
I have one
was it?
actress. I have one actress in mind, but my memory could have really manipulated it. I've got nothing.
All right, well, to throw it out there. I mean, you never know.
Um,
Got to give the chat something to work
what's
with.
her name? G.I. Jane. What's
Oh my God.
why can't I think of this? This is great
Demi
content.
Moore.
This is great content.
G.I. Jane.
Let's make this episode. What is it? I'm trying to think.
Like
Demi
Columbo.
Moore. Yeah, Demi
Bill,
Moore.
this is a young version of Remember When.
Demi
Remember
Moore.
when?
Remember when?
It's gonna come to me. Don't know.
Oh my God, Viggo Mortensen was in that movie? He was the drill sergeant? What?
Oh, you actually found the movie?
Yeah, and well, G.I. Jane. I found G.I. Jane.
Oh, G.I. Jane.
Yeah, but I was trying to figure out Demi
Demi
Moore's
Moore?
name. So you think Demi Moore was in the movie with the one-eyed people?
I feel like it, but
Okay. Listen, man, go with your gut because
yeah.
we're gonna figure this out together. Demi Moore, one-eyed,
I don't know. It's weird. It's one of those weird things.
one-eyed
Weird things.
movie.
You just drop it, Ray. I never should have mentioned it. Oh man. Yeah. Well, this is great.
Yeah, Demi Moore is blind in one eye, apparently.
What? Really?
Oh no, there was a rumor.
Wow.
Could have been. Is it One-Eyed Monster?
I don't know. I'll be honest, Ray. The odds of us solving this mystery tonight are almost near zero.
You know what?
It'll
You
be
said that about the
ongoing.
song. You said that about the song. Was it 2008?
No, it wasn't. We're talking about like 1998.
1998. Okay.
Yeah. So.
All right.
Yeah. No.
Yeah, we tried.
Bill, what material are you working with?
I'm working with oil paints. And,
Somebody just said "thank God" in the chat. Yeah.
no, I'm working in
Yeah,
oil
this is
paint, and I'm just I'm adding some lights. Most I was wiping paint off. Now I'm just kind of going back in with lights, and
Nice.
I keep thinking about a Western that I saw that for years I couldn't figure out what the heck it was. It's like all these stagecoaches end up in a river, but I think it was really quicksand. It haunted me for years and years
Oh wow.
to find it, and
Yeah, the next segment of this episode, we should just talk about weird dreams we've had, and it'll just be like things you don't want to listen to, other people's dream stories, and that's probably my least favorite thing to hear is another person's dream. My brain immediately stops listening when somebody tells me about a dream that they had.
well, when they can't remember the dream too.
Oh, I would interrupt a person and tell them to stop if they.
It's like I had this dream, and they start telling you, and then they like misremember, and you're just like,
Yeah.
I'm out.
Speaking of dreams, it would be a dream to start looking at some of our participants' artwork.
Are we?
Look at
Well,
that.
nice transition.
Look at that.
That's the warning to load your work.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we
Right.
are so excited
Yeah.
to see it. So if you haven't already, post it on Instagram using the hashtag illustration isolation, and we'll give you a couple minutes here to upload it, and then we'll take a look.
Yeah,
If-
and I'm gonna give a warning. We're please upload your work. We're gonna give you a couple minutes, but just a warning. Tonight we are doing the review a little bit differently. We've had a lot of new people drawing with us, like a ton of new people drawing with us, and so the end when we're looking at work, it takes a lot of time, and just so we can look at everyone's work without skipping it, we are going to look at it on grid mode. And John, you're going to select a few that we are going to feature that like fully look at. But one thing I can promise, one thing I can assure you is that if you join us frequently, you will get featured. But it's not going to be every single time, because the sheer volume of submissions is getting really high. And we want to make sure that everybody's work does get seen. So,
Everybody's work will get seen, but we're not going to feature everybody's work.
Right.
We're going to scroll by,
you know,
scroll through
we're
things.
testing it out. We just don't want to have to start limiting
Yeah.
this, because this can really only scale so high. And
This all goes back to like John being on Zoom at 9:30 this morning and
yeah,
finishing last week at whatever time we finished.
this is for John,
This is for
everybody.
me, So
But I'll still be sharing lots of work, and if you post on stories, I will share your work on our Instagram page, Visual Arts Passage, throughout the evening. So you'll still get to
100%.
see everybody's awesome stories, and if someone brought up time lapses, so I will definitely make sure to share that stuff on our
Yeah.
Instagram page.
Yeah, we do. We share everything. So great.
So real quick, Ray, how's fatherhood changed you?
Well, I've realized that I have to apologize to the chat and everyone for my throwing everyone off the trail. I have not been around adults in a while, it seems. So, and it's pretty clear. So,
We'll forgive you.
yeah. My, I've let's see what else. I have definitely time management, but also I have been known now to possibly click on videos every so often on YouTube that might feature small children saying cute things or father things. And there's certain movies I can't watch anymore now. I don't know.
Yeah.
I was like,
Oh, yeah.
there are all these things. Like I was like, like I remember my my brother-in-law saying like, I just can't watch the movie. And I'm like, it's just a movie. And like, now I'm like shutting off cartoons, with whenever like a child is in danger. I'm like, nope,
Oh, yeah. I'm totally with you.
nope, can't do it. So,
Yeah.
yeah. Like I'm wearing my heart on my sleeve. So
Good for you.
That's great.
So thanks so much for all the insults, Timmy. I felt really great.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to refresh one last time, and then I'm going to share.
Just a reminder, everybody, I'm a new father and Timmy is a jerk. Timmy doesn't have children, so he's easy to dislike.
Now we made up when I helped the chat, when we directed, we, weaponized the chat to solve the mystery.
Okay, so everybody ready?
Yep.
Okay,
Yeah.
I'm going to refresh one last time. All
This is
right.
exciting.
That's amazing because like 20 new pieces came up in a minute.
Yeah, and again, everybody, bear with us. I'm sorry we can't feature every single artwork. Trust us, we would want to. It's just, I think last time it took us like 20 minutes to look at everybody. So,
Well, we're going to see everybody's work go by. So,
yeah.
This is great.
all right. Wow.
Wow.
I have
Whoa.
to. I got to look at that. It's just can't help it. It's awesome.
Oh, that's cool.
That's a beautiful
Okay.
piece.
Oh, wow.
It's great stuff.
Oh man. Immediately want to be like, why don't you click on that one?
I know. We don't, I kind of got to get my bearings here.
Yeah.
This is killer.
This is a great problem to have. This is great. Wow. Look at that. Wow.
This is really
Whoa.
fun. I think I like looking at them like this better than the other way.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. I like, Jack, can you click on that middle one? That's so cool. I love it.
Yeah. That's great.
Wow. Who did that?
Very cool.
Yeah.
Love that pen color. That's
Yeah.
really great.
Yeah.
That is awesome.
Beautiful.
Wow.
Look at that.
Nice.
Nice drawing. Wow.
Wow.
That looks like
Betty's got an attitude
business
there.
That's some serious attitude, yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
If you did that in orange, it would be awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is all great.
Wow.
So cool.
Nice. I like that.
Those are
one.
some great glasses in the middle.
Oh
That
my
was a
God.
good
Yeah.
job.
I knew whose that was at a distance. There you
Page
go.
9. That's great.
Great
Awesome.
job, Felicity.
Very nice.
Oh, that's great.
I'm just going to warn you, Felicity. You're using your age. Make sure that the grade is keeping up with your age. Oh, these are fun.
Oh, there's some really nice drawings in there.
Tons of them.
Wow.
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 Dang.
Oh, click on that one.
I'm about
People-
to.
You got the whole
Look at
body.
Oh,
there.
wow.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Love those shoes.
Sailor Loon. Cool.
Major league nice.
Hey, Lizzie. Thanks for joining.
Hey, Lizzie.
If you see
Oh,
something,
that's cool.
Ray or Bill or
Yeah. I really enjoy this grid book because we just get to see and appreciate everything, and just the variety too. You really get to see how all the different applications that people are working with. They weren't kidding.
Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah.
That hand is great. So
Yeah.
cool.
That guy's cool too.
Yeah, tons of good ones.
Did anybody have a favorite reference from tonight that they just really focused on?
Nice Mercy.
Everyone's saying Betty.
Betty.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
Really, that's one that I wasn't sure I was going to pick, and I'm glad I did.
I like the one next to that too.
This one?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's great.
Actually,
Oh, cool.
I thought it was yours, Bill. So-
Yeah.
No, I would not do that.
This
No,
is-
maybe I
That
would.
one's so great.
He'll be like, oh, wow, it's mine. That's crazy.
Oh wow.
That's a really good one. Oh, it's mine. Sorry
Look
about
at that. It's got my website that I happen to write down on my sketchbook too. Wow.
And Bill's just like, real recognizes real. You know?
That's great.
Oh, that is
Very
nice.
nice.
Yeah, that's really nice.
What a great interpretation of that.
Yep. Yep.
I like how he's placed on the page too.
Yeah.
Really nice.
That's really nice. These are all great. Wow. I feel like the runner's like a wow, that's really nice.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Nice.
Chris Payne would have loved this with the runner. I
Yeah,
could see him as like that being one of his poses.
so many good ones.
Yeah.
Oof.
Julian got a double feature.
Yeah.
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 That's a compliment.
Nice, Julian.
Look at that.
Oh boy.
Wow.
3 features.
Triple.
3 features.
Three-peat.
That's a really nice drawing.
That's Julian got a hat trick
Yep.
the first night.
I'm not clicking on that one.
Yeah.
I like it. I want to.
You've been banned, Julian. I'm sorry.
You've reached your limit.
You've reached your limit.
I want to guess that one on the right is Laura's. No,
Peter.
Pete.
Pete.
Awesome.
Oh yeah,
Wow,
Pete. Yeah.
that's great.
That shirt looks great.
Pete, you're great too. That's awesome.
Yeah, I like that watercolor there.
Which one? Top left? This one, bottom right?
There we
Yeah,
go.
all of them look great.
All good, yeah.
Karen. Very nice.
Nice.
Oh yeah.
Very nice. Nice piece. Ooh,
That lower left, that one's beautiful too.
wow. Good one.
Yeah.
I haven't seen one that I don't like so far. This is
Yeah.
amazing.
That's the great part about Thursdays is that
Yeah.
Oh,
we get to see so many people's artwork.
check that out.
Yeah.
Nice.
Wow.
Well, that's a good
That one in the middle too. That blue one. Wow.
one.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That's why.
I really like the road
Yeah.
in that perspective. That's cool.
Beautiful piece. Nice.
Yeah, that's a beautiful
I gotta
one.
click.
Love that water.
I knew you were gonna click on that
I
one.
got
It's
it.
so
Oh
good.
my God.
Heather, nice.
Yeah.
Really nice.
That's
Really
killer.
nice.
Ah,
That's great.
Great piece. Is my food ready yet?
Yeah.
Oh, I have to click on this.
yeah.
That is really nice.
Oh, that's great.
Probably a prodigy.
Most definitely.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Well, here, this is a prodigy.
Oh, beautiful.
Wow.
Yeah.
So many good ones.
Yeah. Great job, everyone.
Look at that.
Wow. You got a lot in.
Wow.
Yeah.
They weren't talking, right?
I know.
They were focused. Nice, Randy. Wow.
Randy again.
Yep.
Good to
Nice.
see Randy. That's awesome.
Oh, look at that.
Oh, very nice.
Yeah.
That's
Rad
beautiful.
crazy.
That's beautiful.
Wow.
I think I've seen Julian comment in every other post. Of,
Yeah. His drawings done.
if we even avoid him, right? Yeah.
I don't know how he's drawing and doing all of
Look at
this.
this. That's fun.
Uh,
Very nice.
So many cool pen and ink drawings on Thursdays. It's really fun to see so many different
Wow.
materials.
John, I did the one on the right. That's
Yeah. I
AJ.
knew
Oh,
who that
AJ.
was before, you know.
all right.
Ah,
I'm gonna ban him too, John. I think that's a good idea.
that's
He's
very
being
nice.
too good.
Lots of great stuff.
Yeah, this is stuff. This is
That's fun.
That's
nice.
awesome.
Yeah.
Oh, first sketch, nice.
Everyone captured his pen in his pocket. I think that's a
Yeah.
fun little detail.
Oh,
I
I-
totally missed that.
So
I just got his
Well,
pen.
you
I didn't get the pen either, so
I didn't draw that far down. Oh,
That's another Randy.
yeah. We knew who it was. Wow.
Yeah.
That is so good. I know who that is.
Oh, love that. I love that.
and she got the pen too.
And she got the pen.
you got the
Oh,
pen.
man.
Hey, so Ray, while you've been gone, I made a trade with Felicity.
You're kidding me.
I did. I traded a drawing for. I got two little drawings of hers. We did pet night, and I got a drawing she did of Timmy's cat and a drawing she did of I don't know if it was Montavo's cat.
Yeah.
Oh my good. Felicity, I hope you asked for John, the back of the Brinks truck. Okay, for those pieces.
Well, I got the better end of the deal for sure.
Yeah, you did. Yeah, you did.
Look at that. That's really nice.
That's nice too. Oil paint on cardboard. Wow.
Yeah, some people use real material.
I know. Some people actually do work, right?
Oh, I love that blue one. Right.
Oh, dang.
Oh, that's really cool.
It's great. And the pen.
Wow.
Oh, I
Yeah.
gotta see that.
Oh, that's great.
Wow.
Oh,
Oh,
Mostly blind
Yeah.
contour. I like that.
that is
Alberto.
beautiful.
Yeah. That's got like echoes of like Philip Burke.
I'm not clicking on that one.
Yeah, that's been banned.
I got a feeling that's a banner. Look this guy. Look at the attitude. That is so good.
Everybody was worried about drawing glasses at the beginning
It's so
of
funny
the.
that the guy
Yeah,
named
glasses and hats, and everyone nailed it.
Everyone nailed it.
Great drawing.
Yeah.
I love the contrast between that guy and then the friendlier guy on the right.
Right. Yeah.
You know, it's like those two
This
guys.
guy,
they're all like,
Little.
look how nice and happy he is.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's great. Great.
Yeah, it's all perspective.
Yeah.
It's like one of those mood boards for kids, you know?
Yeah.
What
Yeah.
do you?
Oh my God. Look at that one.
Dang.
Oh,
Vincent. I think Vincent's in the lead. I think Vincent got 4 features.
Jeez.
3 minimum. Way to go, Vincent.
All right,
You set a
Vincent.
record.
You've been banned.
3. Okay, well, Vincent's tied with Julian. You got 3 features.
Nice,
Pretty
man.
good.
Okay. Okay. Only 3.
That's great.
That's great. Yeah.
Oof.
Ray, that's another high schooler.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. That's impressive. Wow. Who did that one in the middle too? Wow.
Yeah. Nice, Cindy.
That's great.
Very immediate.
So cool.
All right. I think we're done.
That's so great.
This was fun
Awesome.
this morning.
Great job, everyone. Really great job.
Yeah.
You know what? We should ask the audience, but I like looking at it this way. I think I got to look at this one.
Yeah.
Cody says, love seeing this, get to see
That's right.
so many entries, which is
Yeah.
so true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is a good way to do it. All
All
right.
right, we're gonna keep doing it. Everybody, thank you so much.
Thank you, everyone.
Awesome night. It was great having you back, Ray. Ray, are we gonna
Thank
get
you.
you back? Are we gonna get you back again?
It might be a couple of weeks. So
Okay.
I try to help you as best I could, solve as many mysteries for you as I could. So,
All right.
but thank you so much for having me, guys. It really was an honor. So thank you, John. Thank you, Alice. Thank you, Bill.
No, we're lucky to have you.
Cassandra. Thank you,
We're
Travis,
lucky to have
for letting us use your awesome photos.
you. Yeah.
Yeah. Very much so, Travis.
Yeah, good luck on your driver's test, Travis.
Yeah.
All right. Good night,
All right,
everybody.
everyone.